Among all verses of the noble Qur'an, Ayat al-Kursi holds a distinct and exalted status. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, confirmed its greatness in Sahih Muslim when he asked Ubay ibn Ka'b, "Which verse in the book of Allah is the greatest?" Ubay, after some hesitation, replied, "Ayat al-Kursi." The Prophet affirmed his answer and said, "May knowledge be a source of joy for you, Abu al-Mundir." He added that the verse has a tongue and two lips that sanctify the king at the leg of the throne. This highlights the verse's living, glorifying nature. Ubay's selection emphasizes that the greatest verse is one that most directly describes Allah's essence, oneness, and attributes, guiding believers to the heart of divine knowledge. Ayat al-Kursi is widely known for its protection against evil. In Sahih Bukhari, Abu Hurayrah was tasked with guarding charity when a strange visitor appeared. On the third night, the visitor, revealed later to be a devil, told Abu Hurayrah that reciting Ayat al-Kursi before sleep would protect him from any devil until morning. The Prophet confirmed the truth of this advice, saying, "He told you the truth, though he is a liar." This moment reveals the verse's immense power. Even jinn acknowledge its force. Many scholars and spiritual practitioners continue to witness dramatic effects when the verse is recited during healing or exorcism, where jinn flee or react violently to its monotheistic proclamation. This power affirms the verse as a divine shield. Ayat al-Kursi is said to contain Ism al-A'zam, Allah's greatest name. Asma bint Yazid narrated that the Prophet said, "This greatest name is found in Ayat al-Kursi and Surah Al-Imran." Scholars suggest names like Al-Hayy, the ever-living, and al-Qayyum, the self-sustaining, as the greatest name, while others say it is simply Allah. These names encompass all attributes of majesty, knowledge, mercy, and power. Knowing and invoking the greatest name brings immense spiritual reward and acceptance of prayers. Through this, the believer draws closer to divine nearness and mercy. Abu Umama narrated, "Whoever recites Ayat al-Kursi after every obligatory prayer, nothing prevents them from entering paradise except death." This narration underlines its unmatched spiritual reward. Reciting it after the 5 daily prayers, before sleep, and during morning and evening adhkar builds a routine of divine remembrance, granting a believer not just protection, but elevation. When regularly practiced, it surrounds one with divine mercy, anchors their heart in Tawheed, and transforms ordinary routines into worshipful acts. Allah, there is no deity except Him. The verse begins with the declaration of Tawheed, asserting Allah's exclusive right to worship. It negates polytheism, removes worldly attachments, and fosters sincerity. This phrase purifies intention, focusing the believer's life on divine pleasure. It inspires a worldview where every act becomes worship when done for Allah, the ever-living, the sustainer of all existence, Al-Hayy, al-Qayyum. Al-Hayy refers to eternal, perfect life, free from deficiency or end. Al-Qayyum refers to Allah's active, sustaining of creation. He governs all affairs without rest. These two names provide profound reassurance. When invoked, as in the dua, Ya Hayyu, Ya Qayyum, Birahmatika Astaghith, they become a source of strength, especially in hardship. Neither drowsiness nor sleep overtakes him. Allah never tires or becomes unaware. This phrase emphasizes His perfect vigilance. Unlike creation, He never loses awareness. This inspires trust and reminds believers that they are always under divine care, even in their most vulnerable states like sleep or distress. To Him belongs whatever is in the heavens and the earth. Allah's sovereignty is absolute. Everything we own is ultimately His. Recognizing this changes the believer's relationship with wealth, status, and even their own body. It breeds humility, gratitude, and generosity. Spending in Allah's cause becomes easier when one realizes all property is on loan from the Divine. Who is it that can intercede with Him except by His permission? This negates the idea of unauthorized intercession. Even angels and prophets cannot intercede without Allah's will. This protects Tawheed, eliminating reliance on intermediaries. Intercession exists but only under divine terms, not through compulsion or bribery as with worldly rulers. He knows what is presently before them and what will be after them. Allah's knowledge spans past, present, and future. He knows every detail, external and internal. This should bring both awe and comfort. Allah sees our sincere efforts, even when others don't. His knowledge assures believers that no deed or pain goes unnoticed, and they encompass not a thing of His knowledge except for what He wills. This highlights the limits of human knowledge. All discoveries are from Allah's will. Even the wisest among humans only grasp what Allah permits. This should inspire humility and gratitude, encouraging believers to seek knowledge while remaining aware of its divine source. His Kursi extends over the heavens and the earth. The Kursi, footstool, signifies divine majesty. Ibn Abbas described the Kursi as the place of the feet, while the throne, Arsh, is even greater. Compared to the Kursi, the entire universe is like a ring in a vast desert. Reflecting on this scale humbles the heart and brings a sense of awe before Allah's grandeur. And their preservation tires Him not. Unlike human rulers, Allah never tires in managing His creation. The verse corrects beliefs found in other traditions that suggest divine fatigue. Allah's power is perfect. He controls galaxies, life, death, sustenance, and time effortlessly. This truth builds confidence in divine care and inspires reliance on Him in all matters. And He is the Most High, the Most Great. The verse ends with two majestic names, Al-Hayy and Al-Azim. The Most High indicates Allah's elevation above His creation, physically and in rank. The Most Great points to His unmatched grandeur. Together, they conclude the verse by summarizing Allah's supreme essence and attributes, reminding us of His unmatched status. The majesty of Ayat al-Kursi isn't just theological, it's practical. Believers should recite it with reflection and intention. Each sentence reveals truths that can guide daily living. From relying solely on Allah, trusting His wisdom, to submitting to His will. Spiritual development begins with studying such verses deeply. When Ayat al-Kursi is recited thoughtfully after prayer, before sleep, or in times of fear or anxiety, it becomes a source of light and peace. Its daily repetition purifies the heart, strengthens the soul, and aligns the mind with divine truth. Night prayer, Qiyam al-Layl, and sincere dua are especially effective when combined with this verse. Instead of mechanical recitation, one should pause and reflect on each part, immersing the heart in the attributes of the divine. Establishing routines with the verse creates a shield, protecting not just from jinn and evil, but from heedlessness, doubt, and despair. It trains the believer to be in a constant state of dhikr and reflection, nurturing a continuous connection with Allah. Ayat al-Kursi is the greatest verse of the Qur'an for good reason. It encapsulates divine greatness, monotheism, sovereignty, knowledge, power, mercy, and protection. Its recitation builds belief, invites divine help, and transforms hearts. More than a verse to memorize, it is a verse to live by. When understood and practiced, it builds a relationship with Allah, grounded in reverence, trust, and hope. Its light becomes a source of protection in this world and a bridge to salvation in the next. Let Ayat al-Kursi be a lifelong companion. Recite it with presence, reflect with heart, and act upon it with sincerity, and it will illuminate your path toward Allah's pleasure and paradise.